Oh, welcome back, guys, to the Against the Spread podcast here with NRL season. I'm very excited. It's still with Dexter.
What's going on? This is our, as you might know, we're from Australia, so this is our main sport. So
hmm
keen to get into it.
Absolutely. Um, it's round one. It's tough. You don't know what's really going to happen most of the time. Different season this year because constantly changing rules and whatnot. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I think that's the main adjustments from last year to this year. There should be less points scored with the six again rule, but you never know. It seems like in the trials as well, they were sending people to the bin every 10
yeah,
minutes, so that might affect the totals. But
absolutely. I can definitely see that. All right, should we move into the first game?
yep,
This is a tough one if you ask me. It's Penrith in Manly. Oh no, I'm used to the NFL.
yeah,
Um,
the home team, the NFL's home team was at the bottom.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, so in Penrith, Manly going to Penrith. Cleary out. Penrith plus 1.5 at this stage. What do you think?
Um, I will be betting this game. This is my second favorite pick of the week. Um,
Oh, well, shall we save it to the end then?
oh yeah, save it to the end.
All right, you'll have to wait for that one. Canberra in Cronulla. Do you have? Wait, what's your other game then?
My other game is Warriors Dragons.
Okay, see, I don't really have too many top picks. I have some things that I like, but nothing I can really
Yeah, yeah.
um put a large sum of money into, unless the totals. We'll get into the totals though. Um, Canberra hosting Cronulla. Line is -1.5 in favor of Cronulla. What do
Um,
you think?
this is a pretty good game. I saw the Sharks coach, who I highly rate. He's got COVID, so he won't be traveling to Canberra, which I think is a decent loss. Um, first new coach to the club. He won't be there for the first game. So if anything goes wrong with what they're trying to do, like their attacking strategy or whatever, he won't be there to sort it
Yeah.
out. Um, and on the flip side, I reckon Raiders are my big improvers for this season. I'm very high on the Raiders. Um, this game, I was considering betting on it, but I think both teams are pretty good. But I will be taking the Raiders here, yeah, or as a pick. Not no bet. Just
See, I feel like Raiders are still in shambles, bro.
mm,
I don't have them making the eight personally.
I
Uh,
think Jack Wyden's gonna have a Dally M season. I think he's in.
Jack White's too much of a hog, bro. He will not let the ball go to the other side. That is a certainty. For me, I feel like Sharks are working quite well together, and as you said, the coach is out. But I think they've worked together enough that they can win this one.
Oh, so you're going with Sharks?
Historically, Raiders have always been the better team when they face the Sharks, which is my only real concern.
Mm.
But I'll probably have a little bit on the Sharks here, mind them.
If Raiders go out, say the line goes to 2.5. Let's just say 2.5. Then I will be doing Raiders, but at the moment it's like a 50-50
I can't
game.
foresee that. I don't think it'll move out that much.
Mm.
I think money might even come in for Raiders,
Yeah, potentially.
honestly. Uh, Broncos hosting South Sydney Rabbitohs. South Sydney Rabbitohs -10.5. What do you think?
This was almost a play for me. I won't be doing a bet, even if this line gets out to 20.5. I hate the Broncos, but I also
Mhm.
hate South's team this year. I think it was the worst decision they've made in a long time, getting rid of Reynolds, not paying extra bucks for him.
This is a
Um,
revenge game, isn't it?
yeah. Oh no, he's not playing technically.
Oh, he's not
No,
playing.
he's not. He's out round one. But
Okay.
I don't rate this Rabbitohs team without Reynolds. I think Walker will be affected as well. He doesn't do well under pressure. You see him in State of Origin when like all the pressure's
Yeah.
on him, he folds. So he's going to be the main guy at South, and I don't think he does well. No Latrell as well, but
Mm.
as it's the Broncos, like they are the worst team in the comp in my opinion.
Still,
Still, so this 10.5 does seem absurd because I'm not high on the Rabbitohs at all. But
yeah.
like, some part of me
Well,
thinks
the
the
line was
Rabbitohs.
6.5 before Reynolds got ruled
Yeah,
out, I
Reynolds got
believe.
ruled out. Yeah, so Rabbitohs will win this game, but like Broncos can keep it close. I just don't rate Rabbitohs any higher.
Well, Rabbitohs do have new combinations, and Latrell's not even in for the first round,
Mm,
so anything can really happen. I could honestly see Broncos winning somehow if they just pull the right strings, I guess, because South Sydney aren't that good of a team, or aren't as good as a team this year. I don't
yeah,
think.
as last year.
Um, I honestly don't even know who I'd go here. Probably Souths actually -10.5.
The interesting thing as well is all the games I took note as the opening lines a week ago, and
Yeah,
the Broncos haven't really other than your 6.5, like that's a pretty big move, you know.
yeah,
They're probably the biggest movers of the week.
yeah. They're basically saying Reynolds is worth 4 points.
Yeah, which like we'll get into like our rankings later on, but I don't think he's what he is a good player. He's a very good player, but he's not like like attacking player. He'll more control the
Yeah,
game. He won't score you points. So
I agree. And what did you do?
for this, oh, Rabbitohs win, Broncos cover.
Interesting. Moving on. Roosters hosting Newcastle. Um, I'd probably comfortably say Roosters by a large margin.
Yeah, this reminds me of like a game last year when like it was a Storm versus someone else and the line would be in the 20s and you'd think like no way this is the week the bookies win, But
Yeah,
no matter how big this line gets, the Roosters will cover it. The Knights, it's not Roosters do have a good team, but I just think the Knights their halves
yeah.
will struggle. So,
hmm
yeah, I agree Roosters.
Yeah, not really much to say about that one. I might even take that line to be honest.
Mm,
13.5.
yeah.
Um, well, I'll see how the other games play out and like see how close they are and whatnot.
Yeah, well,
Be sure to stay up to date on the Twitter page because that's where we'll probably be posting the
mm.
things that we're doing because there's obviously a massive stretch between now Wednesday and come Saturday, you know.
Yeah, these later games, yeah.
Exactly. Skipping the Warriors game, Tigers in oh no, Tigers hosting Storm.
Um, this this is another game that is similar to the Broncos Rabbits, although I do rate the Storm. Um,
Don't take the Tigers, please.
this line is very tempting. 12.5, very
You're not
tempting.
taking Tigers.
Very
Like they
tempting.
might cover, but there's no value in it.
I
Theoretically, Storm aren't gonna lose this game.
I'm going out on a limb here as well. I reckon Tigers money line as well. So
Guys, you know Bellamy's record, right?
yeah, I know he's undefeated, but there's no monster there, no best player in the game. So I
The Storm is a well-oiled machine, Declan.
I wasn't
But
impressed with their
they will
trial
not
games.
lose.
I wasn't impressed. I reckon their forward pack has downgraded. Um, all the Bromwich brothers, Kafusi have another year in their legs. The old men they are. So I think they'll struggle against this Tigers team. So I reckon.
Are you the one working at Fox that have Tigers in top eight?
No, no.
Um, Tigers are spoon contenders for me, so they won't. I could potentially see them covering on like a late try, whatnot, but Storm should win, well and truly. Put it in your multis. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely, put in your multis. Storm -12.5 for me, and you're gonna go and take money line at $4.
Yes, yes.
If the money line was $10, maybe it's value, but no.
I reckon Tigers have a chance here. You'll be surprised, man.
But will should we look at the recent head-to-heads or
Don't look at last year. Look at the future, Ben.
16 to 66,
Yeah,
22 to
Ben, it's
50?
revenge game. It's a revenge game.
Revenge game.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. Para hosting Gold Coast -8.5 in favor of Para.
As yous, well, yous don't know, but the Titans is my team, so I hope they do well this year. But for this round one game, Eels look red hot. Titans, I actually was giving them a chance up until when I was looking at the team list, and then I saw the Titans bench. Titans bench is the worst bench in the game, by far. I'm not.
Though they have Will Smith on there.
Will Smith isn't the problem. It's Proctor, Jermaine Jolliffe, and all that. When you've got Sam McIntyre and Jared Wallace in the reserves, who should be, you know, in the
Jared
team
Wallace not
somewhere.
playing.
No, they cut him. He's on the reserves.
Ooh. Sam Lasone is on the bench. He's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, he's alright. Will Smith and Sam Lasone, like, I don't mind, like, whatever. But it's the other two that I'm very concerned about. Like, if you get Sam McIntyre and Wallace in there, then I'm saying Titans have a decent chance of beating the Eels, you know? But, like, when the interchanges come on, Eels will just blow them out of the park, I reckon. So, I reckon Eels by around 12 to 14 points here.
What are your thoughts on Bo Firma starting at 12?
Well, in my opinion, he's the worst defensive player I've seen in a long time. And I'm not sure why they like him so much. Like, he's a good attacking, like, player in the ball with the ball, but he's a second rower. He's not a half or something like that, you know? He needs to be beast in defense. Which is why I would have Sam McIntyre starting. But
I agree. Eels always start off the comp pretty hot. Have been hot in trials and whatnot. Eels -8.5.
yeah,
I would
agreed.
like to back the Titans, but can't here.
Yeah.
And now the greatest game. The two spoon contenders, in my opinion, as well.
Very, very hot.
Cowboys hosting Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, this is. Oh, yeah, you go.
I think Cowboys will start off alright, like the season wise. But my lock for this game is the unders, under 46.5. I think that's probably one of the better ones this year because the Bulldogs cannot score points to save their lives. They have zero attack. And I think the Cowboys defense can hold up to what? Grade 12 attacking football. So
yeah,
-1.5 for me as well.
I'll see you taking Cowboys.
Yeah, I might even bet it.
This was this I actually might bet as well. I don't know why as well. This is the game where the four halves on the field would be the four worst halves in the history of the game. You've got Dearden and Townsend up against Avarillo and Burden, who, like, I agree, that's a max 10 points combined with them, you know. But I think this is a Bulldogs win, as hard as it is to say. I think the media circus has got them riled up for this game. You know, everyone's talking down on them all week, saying how bad they were. I think they pull something out of the fire and somehow get a win here. First up.
I think you will see the most errors made in a game.
Oh, it might be a record, yeah.
Absolutely. Got Varney starting for the Bulldogs. Hands on his retirement almost. I don't know, man. This game just sucks, and it's going to be great to watch, actually.
There might be a few sin bins as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I might take the unders early, because if a bunch of the games have, like, totals of 30, then it's going to drop massively.
Yeah.
So advised to take that early. Unless, there's sin bins and teams are scoring 60 on their own. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like you're wrong there with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, it is I was gonna take the Cowboys, but with all this media bashing them, I reckon they'll have one of the fluky games of the year, this game, and then they'll just go back to being wooden spoon contenders for the rest.
Nonetheless, both these coaches will get exposed by the end of the season, if you ask me.
I actually don't mind Cowboys coach. I don't mind him, but Trent Barrett, God, God,
Yeah, he's questionable.
yeah.
Now we'll come back to the what game did you like? Penrith mainly.
I will be betting this game. Um, I am taking Penrith. Their full pack is a lot superior when compared to Manly. At home as well, season opener, everyone's going to be hyped. Um, Cleary out. They got Sean O'Sullivan in, who I don't think is a bad replacement because all Cleary does is kick the ball. So Sullivan knows how to kick the ball. Um, so I reckon they don't. It's a good handy replacement there. Um, Panthers
Mm,
outsiders at home. It's too good to be true. And you were telling me earlier, it's Ladbrokes $2 odds for the line. Is that correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So, well, the head-to-head's $1.95 right now. So I'll be taking the plus 1.5 at $2. Somewhere else.
hmm If it gets to 2.5, is it
Oh, if
house
it,
time or?
yeah, it's considering loans at that point, but
Yeah, now that you mention it, Panthers, I think this will be a very low scoring game. Manly seem to struggle in season openers or in recent times. They've started off quite poorly.
yeah,
Um, which I was gonna bet Panthers before Clear got injured, but now I'm a bit hesitant.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but you sort of convinced me here. I'll probably take Panthers as well. Maybe unders.
Also, I don't think,
So,
um, yeah, I agree. Unders most likely. And I don't think Turbo will have as good as a season last year, like he did. With
oh,
this rule change, Manly were a very momentum-based team. Like if they got a few six agains in a row, they were 100% scoring. Um,
mhm.
but now less fatigue, less space for Tom, and they don't really have their
Yeah.
strong team out there. So strongest
Um,
team.
be careful with your same game multis. I
Oh,
think stay away from your turbos, your Garricks, all that.
yeah.
I feel like these tries will come through, what, maybe some second row of
Yeah,
centers,
second row
barely
was
even any tries scored.
maybe a hooker dive from dummy half.
Exactly. Um, Personally, that's all I would like to mention. Um, yeah, actually, I'm on Penrith now. You've convinced me. I agree. Warriors in St. George. I'm interested here.
This is my lock of the week. Um, I haven't confirmed how much money I'll be putting down on this because these two teams are pretty shit, but I will be putting a decent amount. Warriors money line for me.
Hmm
Dragons, I see that both these teams as 50-50. Dragons looked very good in their trial match against Rabbits. Warriors were shocking at stages in their trial matches. But when you look at the team list, I reckon the Warriors full pack dominates this Dragons team. Um,
Yeah.
I reckon they've got the huge advantage there. Sean Johnson back as well, so he'll provide some spark. Um, I reckon Warriors might blow them out here. And they were favourites at the start of the week. Now they're into outsiders, obviously. So I don't think that was warranted. So I'll be taking Warriors here.
Yeah. I agree. Warriors, I think they can go on a big run. They've got a nice soft schedule to start the season off for them, so I think they can get nice up and high early this season, and I
Mm,
think they'll start it off with this win as well.
yeah.
I agree. Is there any early payout on 365 for NRL? Or
Um.
no?
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
They normally have, or maybe they don't. Maybe they add it in later, like a few rounds in. Um.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. It
I
was like 16 points up you win, but I think they add that later on.
I do see the upside of New Zealand, that's for sure. I
Mm.
think they get it done here. Absolutely. But obviously when it comes close to the games, if things happen, things can change.
Yeah. Like if COVID
So we'll
rules
let you
people
know.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Warriors good. Um, okay, so no power or rankings predicted final ladder.
Mm.
Um, I'll start with mine if you
Yep.
don't mind.
Yeah, you go.
If you had to guess who I'm putting at the number 16 spot,
Oh, that's actually tough. Judging by the way you're talking earlier, I'd either say Bulldogs or no, oh nah, Bulldogs or Broncos.
I have the Cowboys sitting at number 16 here.
Oh,
Um, they are terrible. You have Chad Townsend and Tom Dearden staring him around for the whole season. They have no chance. Plus, their forward pack's constantly changing, and
mm,
that feels like that team's never settled.
yeah.
Now I'll go to the other end, see if you. Actually, no, I'll go with my bottom eight. 16 Cowboys, 15 Tigers, 14 Dragons, 13 Bulldogs, 12 Broncos, 11 Warriors, 10 Knights, Raiders 9. Um, yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. You could mix Tigers, Dragons, Bulldogs, Broncos around
Yeah, in any
what you
order.
want.
Yeah.
Um, I think Warriors, Knights, Raiders will be the ones contesting for the eight. But just miss Warriors, Knights, Raiders, and Sharks will be contesting for that eighth spot. But Sharks will slip in there, I think. And then 7, 6, 5. I've got Eels at 7, Titans 6, Rabbitohs 5, Roosters 4th, Sea Eagles 3rd, Storm 2nd, Penrith winning the comp.
Oh, are you doing to win the comp, or are you doing just end of regular season?
End of the regular season, sorry, minor
Okay,
premiership.
minor premiership. All right. So you have Penrith on top. Interesting. Hmm.
Hmm. I feel like Para they could almost miss the eight this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Really, I'm the complete opposite.
That's
I
that's my.
think
Well, I feel like they could miss the eight, or they'll
win the
win the whole
comp.
thing.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I think this has been their best team for the past 5 years. I reckon I'm very optimistic about this team.
Did you say bullish or?
Yeah. Well, I hate that word, but yeah. Um.
Start with yours. I reckon you have Broncos last.
Yeah. That was a dollar one. I hate that team. So my bottom eight. My yeah. Bottom eight. We got Broncos at 16, of course. Knights 15. Bulldogs 14. Cowboys 13. Tigers 12th, Warriors 11th, Rabbits 10th, and Dragons 9th. Obviously, Rabbits at 10th is probably the big
Is
exclamation mark, but I
really hate that team.
yeah, I hate what they did without Reynolds there, and I reckon Walker will struggle. Going to the top eight. Now, I was actually debating about like the top four, top fives positioning, but I'll just say it. So I got Titans scraping in at eighth. I got Sharks at seventh, Manly at sixth. I reckon that's pretty set. Like those three could mix and match.
Fair
Manly
enough.
would probably be above, but I got Panthers at fifth. I don't rate their team this year.
Huh?
I
You
don't
told me
think.
they're not gonna make the top four.
No, no. I'm telling you that I don't rate their team this year. I think they will
So
struggle.
your predictions: Panthers miss top four, Rabbitohs miss top eight.
Yes, that
Sheesh.
are my predictions. And my smoky, my dark horse, my personal premiership winner in at number
Raiders.
4, the Raiders. The Raiders will win the
That's
premiership
such a
this year.
bad pick.
They will.
That's awful.
Roosters at number 3, Eels at number 2. Eels, my other smoky. They have a very good team, and I've got Storm at first for the minor premiership. But like usual, they'll choke and play in the finals without Cam Smith.
I think you're gonna be the most wrong person going around.
Yeah. Well, I'm winning the tipping
Yeah.
comp this year, so
No.
it's confirmed.
Maybe if they did lines, but head to head, you just pick $5 outsiders every week.
Please, I'm tipping properly this week or this year.
Yeah. A
Yeah,
Tigers a money line.
yeah. Tigers, Ben. I'm gonna be 1 point ahead of everyone.
I'll wager you. You can put as much money as how much would you put on Tigers money line? Like, give it to me. I'll take that bet actually.
Hey, do you want to take the bet?
Yeah, I will. I'll
Okay,
be your
okay,
bookie.
okay. I'll message you before the game.
Absolutely. That is free cash. I'm confident, in fact.
In all seriousness,
Like,
I do think the Raiders have a very good chance at going all the way this year as well. So
I see a lot of people having Titans out of their 8, which I find quite um wrong.
um
Titans have the softest schedule this year, um, which I think they could even make a run for the top 4 if they're capable, you know?
yeah, well I reckon Titans have, if not the strongest forward pack in the comp. It's
If
just
they the
it's
strongest forwards in there.
yeah, well that is the case. If they upgrade the bench, and if they somehow get a proper hooker, then I agree top four. But at the moment, that spine is very inexperienced. Like AJ is the most experienced there, and he's only been playing for a few years. Um,
Yeah.
so that's my only concern. Like if say a few injuries happen, and the injuries derail the season, like it could spiral out of control how bad they become. But hopefully they turn up.
I wish you could do you could build your own ladder and place a bet on it all being correct.
Oh yeah, but that knowing the bookies, they'll give you like $100 odds for that.
Yeah, exactly. This is be paying what 1,000 to 1.
Yeah,
I'm actually keen for AFL season to start back up as well.
that's a
I have
week later. Yeah.
yeah, week after this, we could throw a couple AFL locks in there
Yeah.
every pod. But that'll about wrap it up. Stay um good. We'll be posting everything on Twitter at ATS_P0D before games if anything changes dramatically.
Like
But
yeah.
it'll take a while for things to warm up to get some real locks.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll have to see how the refs are officiating this year. Like if they're blatantly . Or if
Mm. Well, that's just normal, really.
yeah, true.
Melbourne Storm $2.75 to make the grand final. Who would? That's just low as odds, if you ask me.
Yeah, it should be minimum
It's
like 5.
absurd.
Yeah.
Exactly. Titans to make the 8 would probably be one of my better futures.
What's that? $2 or something? $2.15.
215. They have who do they have in their 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Titans are the 8th favorite
Hmm.
at $2.15.
You know what I did find interesting? The Tigers were the wooden spoon favorite.
That's not interesting. That is pretty factual.
No, but you think about it. I reckon the Tigers are a better team than the Cowboys, Broncos, Bulldogs. Like as
Yeah,
bad as
but
they are.
you might have to think about
Knights.
also what the public are doing.
Oh yeah,
Um,
did you see the
so
Knights?
if there's
The Knights
yeah,
are the most backed wooden spoon team.
jeez, that won't happen.
Yeah, no, but
They could get close.
yeah,
I
they'll
could definitely see them in bottom 4.
they'll get close, but that won't be happening when you got Kalen Ponga, best fullback in the game in your team. It won't be happening.
I don't think you'll be seeing many upsets like between I'd say around the top 6 and the bottom 6 teams. I don't think there'll be many like I don't think the bottom 6 will be beating the top 6 too often. I
Like
think
throughout
it'll
the
all be
year.
pretty routine bar the odd Broncos beating the Roosters at the SCG. Um,
That scarred you, didn't it?
oh, absolutely, that was horrible. What was the line again? Like 26 and a half?
Yeah, yeah. I remember just taking the line like that's absurd, and the money line hits.
Jeez, he's raked it in there. Alrighty, that'll probably wrap it up then. Good luck with your gambling.
Best of luck.